Hello everyone and welcome to another video from the Demon Overlord. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Icons of the Realm Monster Pack Cave Defenders. As you can see right here. These are basically, I think they're inspired, if I've heard from other unboxings and such, I've heard these are inspired on the unpainted minis for these guys. The Ogre, on the other hand, though, is a unique sculpt only to this pack. And back here, I'll just read a little quote here. Ready for battle, battle's upon us. A pack of fierce monsters stands in your way. Are you prepared to face them for fortune and glory? So, you know, nice little pack of monsters if you're looking for them. I just recently got a hold of it. I think this is coming out soon or already is out, not depending on when this video is uploaded. So I'll just prepare myself. Get this out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to go unbox and review these bad boys because I thought it was pretty cool how they came out with a set that had a nice ogre in it. And the great thing I love about these is they're not random, so you know what you're getting. To let you know if it's worth grabbing them for the price you get them for. If I can get this out of here. So first off, we're going to go with the kobolds here. And we got the first kobold here. A nice little kobold with a sword in a ready-to-go position. He is called Kobold Sword, number 4 out of 6. And we'll put him on that terrain I've lovely constructed. Nice little grassy field to help boost their color. And this one is Kobold and Spear. And there he is. Very nice. These would make some also good PC kobolds if you really wanted them to be PC kobolds for some of your party, because you got a nice bow here. That's 3. I mean, these would be okay. He'd probably be the best right there with the spear. And let's do a quick comparison for these kobolds. They look really nice. They're well painted. I don't really see any flaws. I'm going to do a quick comparison of some other kobolds from Reaper, maybe the board games of D&D, some older miniatures. And we'll even compare them to a winged kobold for giggles. I mean, you know. And I'll also be comparing them to like Pathfinder as well as a Etsy-based resin printed one. And I also got one from another person who 3D printed theirs, so I'll throw that in there as well. Why not? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. Okay, so let's do a little comparison. Let's take the spear guy here and compare him to another spearing kobold, which here's a Reaper Bones kobold. As you can see, they're pretty much the same scale. Obviously, Reaper, little lighter on their details. They made theirs a little more horned. I mean, this was a speed paint back in the day when I did it, so it's not perfect. Here's another spear kobold. This is from the Elemental Evils, or was it Castle Ravenloft, actually. Kobold with spear right here. I think it's like called a Kobold Skirmisher. But, you know, he has a spear as well, so we'll compare him spear-wise. I got the wrong guy. I can get that to focus on them. There we go. As you see, he's a little bit smaller than the Skirmisher, but I mean, skirmishers are, you know, probably made to be ready to fight anything, and these guys are pretty bigger and ready to fight. He's sort of, the skirmisher is more in size of this Etsy one I have here. You know, he's on an actual medium base because he's a really big kobold. But I also made him blue for a difference, and as you can see, he's a little bit smaller than him. But, you know, this would be more of a PC kobold in my opinion because of their larger size. And as you can see, compared to some other spear kobolds, he's not bad looking. For the other kobold, we're going to compare him to some other sword wielders. Even though I kind of used one for the wrong spot there. Now let's go with this Trapper Kobold I got from someone from one of our loyal fans. You can see it's pretty tall. This is a Trapper-based Kobold. Nice sculpt and all that. And compare size, the Trapper's bigger. But on a true medium base. Let's compare him to like the Monster Menagerie Kobold, though. This is one that I feel is way more for PC since he has all the clothes on him. Get this to focus. There we go. As you can see there, I got some nice little kobolds. And as you can see, though, they're really nice. They're in scale with every other kobold. Reaper to otherwise. And they're a nice little set of trio kobolds. And let's put them up on top of the ridge here. I feel they would try to stay above most of their enemies. But not at the top because, you know, then they have nowhere to go. Let's go with the Bugbears next. You know, let's switch to them. Let's see if I can get them out. They're pretty. This packaging here got a little beat up from the shipping. I think I got them from Flipside Gaming, and I think it's because they got theirs earlier than we do here on the East Coast. Oh goodness gracious! These things, this one got, like, the packaging, unfortunately, got banged up in there so bad on him that I can barely pull him out of there. Okay, so first we're going to go with the Bugbear pull-out first, which is Bugbear Axe. As you can see, nice dark furred Bugbear man, very little armor on. Big gauntlet, though, for his axe, nice paint job, really. Let's compare this from some other Bugbears in a second. Let's get first take a look at the other Bugbear here. And this is Bugbear with mace. And as you can see from him, he's a very nice armored Bugbear. A little more heavily armored, so maybe he's the boss of the two. I like the mace, a little bit style-esque of the Bugbears because they like big weapons. Let's do a quick comparison of him to a Bugbear from Reaper Bones. This is a Reaper Bones Bugbear that I painted a while ago. Old paint, but, you know, still looks good. Let's compare him. So as we can see, in size-wise, these Bugbears from Reaper, a little bit bigger. They're not as brawny as the Reaper, but, you know, they still look good, and they're nice scale. Maybe you just make sure that the Reaper Bugbears are more elite because they're a bit bigger. And, you know, but still they work enough that they could easily be part of the Bugbears of, you know, whatever troop or group you're making. Let's compare them to a Bugbear, or, yeah, the Bugbears from the Pathfinder series. And since we did that one last time, we'll do an armored for this first. We have the Bugbear Lurker, which I thought he was a butcher because he's got a nice hatchet there. But as you can see, the Lurker is a little bit thicker and bigger. More monkey-ish looking feet, the big exposed toes compared to the Bugbear of D&D. And his appearance is a little bit less hairy in the face. He's also got a lot of golden armor for some reason, but not bad. Still comparable size and, you know, usable. For the next Bugbear, since he's got an axe-ish looking thing and less armor, we're going to call, and he's the Bugbear Skulker. He's from the newer set from the Pathfinder, so similar in age, a little older, but, you know, similar in age still. We got these two bad boys. As you can see, both hairy monsters, both big brutes. And these will probably look good fine next to each other on a board without any issue. I think these two are pretty good and comparable. But yeah, those are the Bugbears, and we're going to put them around, let's say they'll be up near the top of the ring of here, because they are pretty cool looking. And, you know, Bugbears think of themselves as the best. Kobolds actually distaste goblins. They actually have a sort of war going on, because kobolds and goblins constantly fight over tunnels and caves, apparently, in lore. Man, this... Oh my goodness. Sorry for the crinkling here, guys. I knew this case got beat up, but I didn't think it was that beat up to the point where I was like literally fighting to get it out. Here is the special Ogre, unique only to this pack, so you kind of can't get him from other than the pack unless someone's selling him. And it's just Ogre, which I like that. Doesn't have anything special going on. He kind of reminds me more of the sculpt from the actual book. So if you want to see that, just, you know, pull up a monster manual or one of the apps that has pictures of it, and you'll see this. Pretty cool looking. Sorry, I'm getting the focus there. There you go. I really like his sculpt. Simplistic. There's no, like, he's just a savage-looking monster ready to fight. He's got a bit of clothing on, but, you know, he's got a nice, good club. Got a little bit of hair here, like a little bit of beard or mutton chops going. Very nice mouth detail on him. Very nice picture. I like this muddled-ish paint job. Let's do a comparison of him with the other ogres I've got. So here's an older D&D ogre. That is an Ogre Pulverizer. The Ogre Pulverizer. Sorry, sometimes for some reason I want to slur that. But as you can see, about the same size, a little bit bigger in the head here. This one has a little bit more of a trollish appearance, in my opinion. But, you know, we get him close up here. Similar-esque. I don't see any issue why they couldn't get along. I mean, yeah, this guy's probably a little bit more of a savage ogre due to his facial features. And now let's do a quick comparison of him with another older D&D. I know it's an undead, but still it's an ogre. We have the Ogre Zombie here, as you can see. Comparison of size, the Ogre Zombie has lost a lot of its body mass with its death. So, you know, if you need another ogre, an Ogre Zombie could fill in. But here's the Reaper Bones ogres I got. Here's first just a standard ogre from Reaper Bones. He looks pretty good next to him. I mean, they could easily be... I'd say this ogre might be a little bit more found here Civilization with all of his gear and armaments. And even like his little special staff or special club. I feel he might be a little bit higher up than him. And then we have an Ogre Chieftain. So this might be more of an Ogre he'd probably be traveling with. Now, yes, I know some people call him Cheddar. My buddies call him Cheddar Cheese as a joke. Because I gave him a yellowish complexion to make him different. Because I want my Ogres to look different, so on the board it's easier to tell them apart. This is another Reaper Bones. As you can see, though, perfectly scaled in size. Good enough to easily sit alongside each other on the board. Same with him. Very nice size. They're not going to be, like, out of place. And then let's compare him to the one other D&D Ogre I have that is from a newer series, and it is from the Mordecai and Volo's one, which is the Ogre Battering Ram. As you can see with the Ogre Battering Ram, a little bit more like emphasis on eyes and stuff in the face there. His skin, I think, is a little too shiny compared to this guy. I like this guy's more mattish skin with only slight little spots of some like slight glossies, mostly in those crevices where you think they'd be. And I gotta admit, this guy looks a little bit more intelligent than this bad boy, but I mean, I think in stats-wise, the Battering Ram is better. But, you know, definitely a great Ogre and definitely worth it. I mean, I got this guys a little early before their release, so, you know, really cool pieces. And that's what we got here. And as you can see, we have a nice set. We have a nice Ogre, 3 Kobolds, and 2 nice Bugbears to add to your monsters for encounters. So anyway, that's all I got for you today, guys. Like I said, you can leave a comment below. Do like and subscribe. It helps me keep the channel going. It helps me keep unboxing, finding the will to go on, as they say. And if you want to get a hold of the channel where we actually, of our podcast channel, where we actually use these miniatures on the board, we are working on getting video to it to go with our audio. And it is the Dice and Dummies. Right now, I am the current DM of Season 2. So if you want to hear me DM with all my crazy voices and all my crazy effects and sound effects, definitely check us out. And where I make my players suffer. Because I'm mean like that. And if you want to get a hold of me on Twitter, I am at 01Berserker. If you want to get a hold of me about that or anything else. And that's all I got for you today, guys. But stay tuned for another unboxing in the future or review. And bye-bye.